Good morning. Hope everyone's doing good today, and welcome to the webinar. Today we're going to go over creating the porches, not necessarily creating the porch, but how to align the railings once you have created the porch. That's something we've been getting a lot of questions on and something that people seem to struggle with, so we wanted to go over some tips and tricks for that. I'll show you two different ways that I like to do it, and that should help make it easier for you. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here and go ahead and jump over here to this project. So as you can see, I've already got a house drawn out. Like I mentioned, going to show you just the basics of drawing out the porch. But then once we draw out the porch, showing how to align the railings, placing them on that porch that you create, and a couple of different capabilities and functionalities that help when doing it. So for something like this, you can see I've got the slab raised up. So we're going to have a little bit of a raised front porch outside the front door. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the layout step here, and I'm going to create the porch using hidden walls here. So I'm going to go in here and let's just draw out a basic rectangular shape real quick. And let me just get this aligned here. So let's just say I'm going to make this, let's say 20 feet by, let's say 8.5 feet. So you can see there I used hidden walls to do it. You can see in the top right where we've got our porch created, but I need to raise the height of it since we want a raised front porch that comes up to the front door. So I'm going to select that room 3 that's created. Let's call it porch. And I'm going to go down on the right-hand panel to the finished floor thickness and change this to, let's say, 3 feet. So there you can see where it raises up. Now we've got our front porch. And from here, I'm able to go into the furnishing so that I can start adding those railings and the stairs like I mentioned. So like I mentioned, I want to show you a couple different ways that you can do this. The first way that I want to show is coming here and doing it from the top view to help line them up. So down here at the bottom, you have your different camera options. If we go to the top view, you can see here where it comes straight down. So now, once I've done this, I can go in and I can choose whatever railing that I want to choose. So again, down here, you can go from 3D view, eye level, or top view. So I'm going to start and do the first one this way. So I'm going to go in here to furnishings and open the catalog on the left-hand panel. You can see here the different categories, obviously, and I'm going to go to staircase and choose the security with the different railings. So for this project, I'm going to choose this one and go here and place that. And I want the thick column for it on the right-hand side. So I'm just going to spin it really quick. And then I can drag it. So what I want everybody to notice first here is when I'm placing the first one, I'm going to keep this collisions feature up here at the top activated. So if you're not familiar with that, it's the icon that looks like the car crashing. What that helps is when I bump it over here into the house, it stops when it bumps into the house so that we can't go any farther. So it won't overlap with the actual house. You can see if I go to the 3D view, we have it placed here. But again, from the top view, you can make sure that it's aligned properly with the front and whatnot. So once we choose that one, I'm going to go in here, choose my second option, which is the one without the columns on either side. So we'll put one of these right here. And you can see it helps to line it up. So we've got that. Let's put one more of these with the end on it like this. And so you can see how easy it is to line these up, keep those even. Now if I go to the 3D view, you can see there's the little gap there that needs to be fixed. So that collisions feature again, what I'm going to do once I've placed these and lined them up is I can select, let's say we select the middle one. I'm going to deactivate the collisions, and then I can go and I'm going to use my keyboard. So I'm using the right click arrow to move it over until it gets to where we have the same spacing as the others. So same thing here. I can take that, move it over, and there we go. So now we've got our right side of our porch done over here. You can see where we've got everything lined up properly, spacing's done correct. So now let's say that we're ready to do the other side over here. I want to show you the second way that I like to do this, which is staying on the 3D view. And I can go here and still do something similar where, you know, you could still in the 3D view get up from up ahead, up above it. But I want to choose that same option that we chose before, bring it out here and put it on the corner. You can see here, if we want to use that top view again to line it up, you can come here and make sure that it's lined up on that corner properly like this. So we'll put it there. But I want to go to the 3D view because for this way that I'm going to do it, what I like to do to make sure that they're all nice and even is, again, using that collisions feature, what we can do is go here and I'm going to go into the building option, create a shape here. I'm just going to choose a block column like this. And I'm going to go like that. And what I like to do is let's make it a little bit longer so that we have a shape like this. And we could take that and bump it in. So you can see there, my cursor for my mouse keeps going and it'll either stay behind the railing, or if I pull it forward, it jumps in front of it. So I want to pull it till it touches, you can see that it touches the back of this, touches the back of this one. And what that's going to allow me to do is I can go there now and let's choose that middle railing that goes in it like this. So now when I choose this and go put it here on the front, it'll help me align these. Where I can bump it back and make sure they're aligned. And then again, use my keyboard to move it left once I deactivate the collisions to enclose that larger gap here between the two. I'll go here, left click until we get to where we need. So then for the last one that we need, I'll choose that option again with the little column on the end. If you need to flip which way it's going, you can come here to the right side and do the mirror option. You can also use that to spin it, but to make it easier on yourself, if you want to flip it, you can just click that mirror option. It'll be there. And now we can see again, they're lined up nice because I bumped it into that block that I used. That's kind of a guide to stop when I have the collisions activated, but then I can take this, deactivate it, and use those arrow keys again to move it over. So you can see if we wanted to do the side over here, we can do it again. I'll just put my block there, but we can, let's choose that option like this. I can turn it. And again, it's always just checking up here with the collisions, because you can see here, if I don't activate the collisions, this will overlap with the existing one like that. So it's going through it. If I activate the collisions feature so that it'll keep it from happening, I can go here, make sure it's lined up on the outside of the porch, bump it into our little column, and now we've got our guide so that we can take this, place it there, and do the same thing again. So choose that option, place it and turn it. There we can see they're lined up nice. And then again, getting rid of that gap because the collision won't let you overlap it. So getting rid of the gap between them and using my arrow keys. And then for our last one, we'll have this. Let's turn it. Let's say there we go. And now we've got our railings around the entire porch. You can see a few of these may need to be moved over just a hair. But there we go. So again, the main things to keep in mind is the overhead view. The top view like this will help you to align them properly, as you can see here. And then if you're on the 3D view, like I said, using a shape and creating that shape to put behind it as kind of a guide. Once you've done this, you can obviously go in and start adding your materials to the rest of the deck. If it's going to be something like this and you want to have the brick going around it, we could put the brick around it like that. Whatever you're going to do for the porch, and then going into your again, same category, staircase, choosing your stairs and placing those after you've done that. So we know where our opening is. We can place our stairs right up to it like this. We can change it to whatever height we need and go from there. Obviously, once you've added your stairs, you can do your railings as well, but the railings, same thing. As long as you have the collisions activated, you can bump them right into the side of the stairs. But you can see here, we've got our railings nice and lined up on all the sides, and we're good to go. So pretty quick webinar today. Just like I said, wanted to give some tips and tricks there, but using the top view and the collisions is going to be the main thing you want to take away from today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Let me see if there's any questions on here right now. I don't see any in here. Does anybody have any for now while we're on here today? I know as you get in there and start playing around, you might come across something that you have a question on, but as for today, it looks like everything was clear. So I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and we look forward to helping you out and talking to you soon through the support.